My wife was secretly cheating on me. With a crypto trader, I never thought I'd be the guy writing a story like this. For years, my wife and I had what I believed was a stable, happy marriage. We had our ups and downs like any couple, but we trusted each other, or so I thought. Everything started changing a few months ago when I noticed that my wife had extra cash. Not just a little bit, but a lot. She started buying expensive clothes, going to fancy restaurants with her friends, and even booked a solo trip to Bali. At first, I assumed she got a raise at work. But when I asked her about it, she just smiled and said, "I've been investing." That answer made sense, kind of. We'd talked about investing before, but neither of us had ever really done it. Still, I trusted her and didn't push for details. But then things got weirder. She became obsessed with her phone. She would spend hours texting, checking charts, and even waking up in the middle of the night to look at the market. She also started going out more, always dressed up, always meeting friends. My gut told me something was off, but I ignored it because I didn't want to be that jealous husband who assumed the worst. Then came the breaking point. One night, I accidentally saw a notification pop up on her phone. It was a message from someone named BTC King. The message read, "Can't wait to see you again. Last night was amazing." My heart dropped. I felt sick. I didn't want to believe it, but the evidence was right in front of me. I took a deep breath and decided to investigate. Over the next few days, I paid close attention to her behavior. She was always giggling at her phone, always guarding it like it contained nuclear codes. And then, I did something I never thought I'd do. I checked her messages while she was in the shower. What I found was worse than I imagined. She had been talking to some guy for months, a crypto trader. He wasn't just sending flirty texts, he was sending her money. Lots of it. Thousands of dollars in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even some obscure coins I'd never heard of. In exchange, she was, well, entertaining him. I felt like an idiot. I confronted her that night, and at first she denied everything. But when I showed her the messages, she just sighed and said, "It's not what you think." Oh, really? Because it looked like she was selling our marriage for some digital coins. She finally admitted it. She said she met him in a crypto chat room when she was just trying to learn about investing. One thing led to another, and before she knew it, he was giving her financial advice in exchange for favors. She insisted it wasn't physical and that she just liked the attention. But when I asked her about the night she went out, she couldn't answer. That was all I needed to hear. I left that night, packed a bag, and stayed at my brother's place. I didn't even know how to process what had just happened. She tried calling and texting, but I couldn't bring myself to respond. How do you even react to something like this? A week later, I finally replied. I told her I wanted a divorce. She cried, said she made a mistake, and that she didn't want to lose me, but it was too late. I wasn't going to be in a marriage where I had to compete with a dude named BTC King. In the end, I found out she'd made over $50,000 from this arrangement, more than she'd ever made at her actual job. It made me wonder, was she ever really interested in investing, or was this her plan all along? I'll never know. The craziest part? I looked up the guy later out of curiosity. Turns out he wasn't just some trader. He was a well-known crypto influencer with hundreds of thousands of followers. And in a twist of irony, his latest post was about staying loyal to your investments. Yeah, okay, buddy. As for me, I moved on. It took time, but I started rebuilding my life. I even learned a bit about crypto without selling my soul for it. Looking back, I guess the lesson here is if your partner suddenly starts talking about investing, maybe check who they're investing their time in. Stay safe out there, folks.